Syrians are trying to erase the era of the brutal Assad regime as attention turns to how its collapse will reshape the direction of the country and the wider Middle East. Rebels torched the tomb of former President Hafez Assad, who ruled Syria for 30 years until his death in 2000, when his son Bashar took over and continued the family's harsh rule. In Syria's east, the coalition of fighters led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, is now claiming control of the city of Deir ez-Zor from a US-backed Kurdish force after government forces abandoned it. Syria's interim leaders say their priority is to restore basic services.
Every aspect, it's total collapse. It's ruins. And who did that was the regime. It's not the people. The people of Syria have great capabilities. And we know that the moment this regime was toppled and you can give the people the chance to give what they have, we will see a different Syria.
Cheers and applause in Damascus as residents welcome the change in Syria after 13 years of civil war crippled the nation. Shops and markets are starting to reopen and key services resuming across the country, but not everyone is celebrating. Dozens of relatives gathered at a morgue in the capital trying to learn the fate of their loved ones who were imprisoned or killed under the Assad family's brutal dictatorship.
Why did he do it to the people? If he had imprisoned them, tried them, we wouldn't have said no. But to cut them like that, it's unjust.
8 to 9 bodies have been identified and handed over to their families. We're continuing the work to hand over the remaining bodies, but only after completing the examinations.
Israel has released footage that it says shows its forces operating in what it calls a buffer zone inside Syria after carrying out hundreds of airstrikes across the country. It says it's a temporary measure to protect its own security and to ensure weapons aren't used against Israel. Russia has joined Arab nations in criticising the move. The Kremlin, which granted asylum to Bashar al-Assad and his family, says it's in contact with the new authorities in Syria, while Iran is striking a different tone. Its supreme leader is placing the blame for the collapse of the regime firmly on the US and Israel.
There should be no doubt that what happened in Syria is the result of a joint plan between the United States and the Zionists. Yes, a neighbouring government of Syria has played, is playing, and will continue to play a clear role in this matter. Everyone sees this. But the main actors, the principal agents, the real plotters, the masterminds and the command centre are in America and with the Zionist regime. We have evidence. This evidence leaves no room for doubt.
People forced out by the war continue to crowd border crossings as they try to make their way back into Syria. These refugees from Lebanon are bringing back their belongings, hoping for a better life.
I'm happy because safety has returned to Syria. In the past, there was no safety, and people were afraid of the army.
I am 52 years old. Only in the past couple of days have I felt I could breathe clean air, free from pollution, no bribes, no checkpoints, no humiliation. God willing, the situation has become excellent.